External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has arrived in Beijing to prepare for the second informal summit between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping, apart from familiarizing his hosts about New Delhi's decision to revoke special status for Jammu and Kashmir. Ahead of his arrival, the Chinese Foreign Ministry had taken exception to India's decision to create Ladakh as a separate union territory, saying the decision could alter the status quo along the China-India border. Referring to Ladakh, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Hua Chunying said on Tuesday the Indian side had continued to damage China's territorial sovereignty by unilaterally modifying the form of domestic law. She pointed out that this practice is unacceptable and will not have any effect. On the revocation of Article 370, the Chinese position has been shifting. On Tuesday, Ms. Hua counseled the parties concerned to exercise restraint and act with caution, especially to avoid actions that unilaterally change the status quo and exacerbate the tension. She stressed that China was seriously concerned about the situation in Kashmir, but, without making any reference to the United Nations, proposed that India and Pakistan should resolve relevant disputes through dialogue and consultation and safeguard regional peace and stability. However, the Chinese stance shifted after Thursday's urgent visit of Pakistan's Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi to Beijing. Following talks, Chinese State Councillor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi opened the door for UN intervention, apart from proposing that the bilateral agreement, a veiled reference to the 1972 Shimla Accord, should be the template for resolving the Kashmir issue. Mr. Wang stressed that the Kashmir issue should be properly and peacefully resolved based on the UN Charter, relevant UN Security Council resolutions and bilateral agreement, according to a Chinese Foreign Ministry readout. After concluding his visit to China, Mr. Qureshi told a press conference in Islamabad that he shared Pakistan's intent to take the latest situation in Kashmir to the United Nations Security Council. I want to tell the nation that the Chinese leadership have assured us of their complete support. Not only that, they have also issued instructions to their New York representative to remain in contact with our representative and to keep their consultations ongoing. Mr. Qureshi quoted as saying in the Dawn newspaper. He also said the foreign ministries of both countries had named a focal person at the Director General level responsible for coordinating a joint strategy. It is unlikely that the Indian side will not raise the internationalization of the Kashmir issue through the UN route during Mr. Jaishankar's talks in Beijing. On Monday, Mr. Jaishankar is expected to meet a Chinese leader, but neither the Chinese side nor the Indian embassy in Beijing has given details of this engagement. Later, the visiting minister will participate with Mr. Wang in the second meeting of the India-China high-level people-to-people exchanges mechanism. While the focus of this mechanism is on people-to-people exchanges and culture, all topics of India-China ties, including detailing of the Varanasi summit between Prime Minister Modi and President Xi, will be covered, except for trade and commerce, highly placed sources told The Hindu. Prime Minister Modi and President Xi are expected to meet on October 12, in tune with the 70th anniversary of the formation of the People's Republic of China (PRC). Actor Rajinikanth, who on Sunday commended Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah, likening them to Lord Krishna and Arjuna in Mahabharata, for abrogating the special status granted to Jammu and Kashmir and bifurcating the state into two union territories, has yet again exposed himself to criticism that he is pro-BJP. The superstar, who had announced his intention to launch a political party ahead of the next assembly election in Tamil Nadu and follow spiritual politics, has, in the past, counted veteran BJP leader L.K. Advani among his friends and backed the river interlinking project, promising to contribute 1 crore rupees to the cause. No confusion, Article 370 needed to go, Amit Shah. Mr. Rajinikanth's position backing the centre on the Kashmir issue runs contrary to the stand taken by most political parties in Tamil Nadu. It is being seen as a political line to be adopted by him when he launches his party. In contrast, actor and Makkal Nidhi Meeng (MNM) founder Kamal Haasan has taken a largely anti-BJP stand and has described the centre's move on Kashmir as regressive, autocratic and a clear assault on democracy. The DMK and its allies have convened an all-party meeting and urged the centre to send an all-party MPS's delegation to Jammu and Kashmir to interact with and elicit the opinion of the people. Professor Ramu Manivanan, head of the Department of Political Science and Public Administration at the University of Madras, refused to attach any importance to Mr. Rajinikanth's speech, saying his line had always been to support whoever was in power. Mr. Rajinikanth is constructing a dialogue and image to match the consortium of power. He is never going to be delivery material in politics. He can go on saying whatever he wants because it helps him survive and stay where he is, he contended. Mr. Manivannan also had a different take on Mr. Rajinikanth's hesitation in launching a political party. Abrogation of Art 370 need of the hour, says Venki Naidu. He is like somebody standing beside the line and saying, I am ready to go. But he has been standing there for a very long time and has, in the process, drawn the attention of a lot of people to that position. He knows that Tamil Nadu politics is now totally different for him to make a sudden appearance and sweep through, the professor explained. Murli Appaz, a spokesperson for the MNM, did not agree with the view that Mr. Rajinikanth would always take a position that would contradict the stand of Mr. Hassan. He is taking a stand depending on the issues. Recently, while participating in the audio release of the film Kapan, starring Surya, he openly supported Mr. Surya's take on the draft national education policy, Mr. Appaz pointed out. He added that Mr. Rajinikanth will definitely take the political plunge, recalling a speech he made in the presence of late DMK leader Karunanidhi, in which the actor said he would not join politics so long as Mr. Karunanidhi was alive. Sonia Gandhi is expected to be the interim president of the Congress for more than 6 months. After 12 hours of deliberations on Saturday, the Congress Working Committee (CWC) asked her to lead the party again. Ms. Gandhi, who is also the chairperson of the United Progressive Alliance, is likely to be at the helm till the next round of the assembly polls, with no election to choose the next president. Other than the three Gandhis, Sonia, Rahul and Priyanka, no other contenders were discussed by the CWC, sources said. There have been reports that Mallikarjun Kharge and Mukul Vasnik were the frontrunners. But their names did not come up during the elaborate consultation process undertaken by the 5 subgroups of the CWC, sources said. 5 subgroups were formed to hold consultations with Congress state unit heads, MPs and other senior functionaries. When the CWC met for the second time at 8 p.m. on Saturday, all the subgroups reported that the chorus was for Mr. Rahul Gandhi alone, while a handful backed his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Attempts were made to convince Mr. Gandhi to change his decision. Ms. Vadra phoned him from the CWC on the insistence of the other members, sources said. However, he point-blank refused to continue. Sonia Gandhi told us that Mr. Gandhi will not come here because he doesn't want to be bullied by the CWC into changing his mind, a CWC member said. We had been debating for 12 hours and we decided that we shall not leave the room without a decision, another CWC member said. The decision to bring back Ms. Sonia Gandhi, many insiders said, is a compromise between the old guard and the younger lot since, under her command, her son will continue to have a say in party matters. Regretfully, Rahul Gandhi ji has stuck to his decision to resign, but it is an honor to have SMT Sonia Gandhi ji as our party president. I look forward to working under their combined leadership. Congress MP Jyotiraditya Scindia, who had struck a discordant note on the issue of Article 370, said in a tweet. The resolution appointing Ms. Sonia Gandhi as interim president did not provide a timeline on when the elections would be held to elect the next president. The issue was also not discussed in the CWC meet. The party's constitution, too, does not prescribe a timeline for an interim or provisional president to begin the process of finding a successor. Party insiders said that the Congress cannot go through the motions of elections and prepare for the assembly polls simultaneously. Elections in Jharkhand, Maharashtra and Haryana are due in November. Delhi goes to polls in February next year, and Bihar later the same year. After Mr. Rahul Gandhi announced his decision to quit on May 25, 2 days after the Lok Sabha polls, the chorus to have a transparent election with a wider electorate has been doing the rounds, with the likes of 3-time MP Shashi Tharoor batting for it. Congratulations to Congress Working Committee for making the best decision in current circumstances, requesting SMT Sonia Gandhi ji to take over as interim president pending the election of a regular president by the AICC. Let elections allow party workers to decide who should lead them, Mr. Tharoor tweeted.